gross domestic product, GDP, you might be frequently hearing this term. What is actually GDP? How do the GDP calculated? What are the components of GDP? Which are the different factors that affect it? What are the significance? Let us explore the concept. Gross domestic product, GDP, is a measure of the total value of goods and services produced within a country's borders over a specific period of time, usually a year. It's important because it provides an indication of a country's economic performance and can be used to compare the economic performance of different countries. GDP was first developed in the 1930s as a way to measure the impact of the Great Depression on the U.S. economy. Since then, it has become the standard measure of economic performance used by governments, businesses, and economists around the world. The formula for calculating GDP is GDP is equal to C plus I plus G plus NX, where C is consumption, I is investment, G is government spending, and NX is net exports. Consumption refers to the total amount of goods and services purchased by households. Investment includes spending by businesses on capital goods, such as machinery and equipment, as well as spending on residential construction. Government spending includes spending by all levels of government on goods and services, such as defense, education, and infrastructure. Net exports refers to the difference between the value of a country's exports and imports. Consumption is important because it drives demand for goods and services, which in turn leads to more production and employment. Investment is important because it creates new capital and technology, which can lead to increased productivity and economic growth. Government spending is important because it can support infrastructure and public services that can benefit the economy. Net exports are important because they represent the demand for a country's goods and services from other countries, which can boost economic growth. Factors that can affect GDP, such as changes in consumer spending, government policies, and global economic conditions. Consumer spending is a factor that can affect GDP, as changes in consumer confidence and spending can impact demand for goods and services. Government policies, such as tax and spending policies, have an impact on GDP by influencing investment and consumption. Global economic conditions, such as changes in trade policies or economic growth in other countries, can also impact a country's GDP. Fluctuations in GDP can impact individuals and businesses by affecting employment rates, consumer spending, and investment opportunities.